Hello, it's Grandma Ray. I love children, I love books, and I especially love reading books to children. That's why today I am recommending and reading Pete, Feet, and Fish to Eat. It's a really fun book by Phil A. Smouse. Mr. Smouse did the words and the pictures. Here we go. Fantastic, amazing, they'll never believe it. It's such a surprise, I can hardly conceive it. An hour ago, I was locked in a cell, full of jeeper creeper peepers and dusty musty smells. I was chained to the wall, I was chained to the door, I was chained to the lamp and the chair and the floor. Then a voice, still and small like a beautiful light, whispered, "Peter, look up." And to my great delight, there he is. He's got, looky there are all kinds of things in there with him. My chains were all broken. I was up on my feet. I was out of that prison and back on the street. Now, as you might have guessed, I was rather excited to be so completely removed and uprighted. I flew down the alley, I kicked up the dust, I raced through the darkness, full speed ahead plus. Finish the story, get on with it, do it. All right, just sit tight. I'll get around to it. There he is. He's out of the prison, isn't he? He's out on the street. Start at the start. That's what Mom used to say. There was just no forgetting that one certain day. We were washing our nets. We'd been fishing all night, and my brother and I had a terrible fight. It's a beautiful fish, I would tend to agree. The only one singular fish that I see. After 31 hours of huffing and sweating, there's one teeny tiny small thing you're forgetting. One trivial, trifling, petty, slim thought. There he is, he's with his brother. They don't look happy, do they? In a day and a half, this is all that we've caught. I was frothing and foaming, steaming and stewing, yes, gritting and grinding and chafing and chewing. I was so caught away in my little black cloud that I never did notice the wonderful crowd of 100 or maybe 1,000 or more who squash, squeezed, and crunch crowded their way to the shore. Oh, looky there. There are a lot of people, aren't there? Right over there. Lots of people. Teach us, O Lord, I heard them all shout as they hustled and bustled and rustled about. And there went my brother. He was shouting it too. Why, the place had turned into some kind of a zoo. Well, that's when it happened. He came up to me, this man they were eyeing and trying to see. He stepped into my boat and he asked for a lift. So I hoisted the sail and I set her adrift. There he is, see, there's the big crowd, and there he is on the boat. Cast out your nets, he proclaimed, if you wish, and you'll find they're filled full to bursting with fish. Whatever you say, this should be really good. We'll probably snag a few pieces of wood, or maybe some cans, or a shoe, or a boot, or waterlogged wallet. Now that would be cute. There he is, he's casting out his net. He's fished and they haven't caught anything yet. Well, what happened next was a little bit shocking. It set my head spinning. It set my knees knocking. Fish by the tens and the hundreds of dozens, fish uncles and aunts, nephews, nieces, and cousins were cramming my nets, and before I could blink, my poor boat was so full that it started to sink. After fishing all night, now he's catching fish. Oh Lord, I cried out as I fell at his feet and proceeded to whimper and sniffle and bleat. Go away from me, please. Please, please just leave me alone. I'm the worst kind of horrible man ever known. But he didn't care. It was perfectly fine. I could tell as his eyes looked down deep into mine. And right then and there in that boat on that day, Jesus wiped all my badness and sadness away. But if you think that's something, then listen to this, because this will be something you won't want to miss. There he is. The boat sank. He had so many fish, his boat couldn't hold it all. I remember that night as us guys were recollecting as we laughed and we hugged, all the while interjecting. But amid the munching and crunching and chewing, I noticed this strange thing that Jesus was doing. He'd taken a bowl and a towel and a seat and proceeded to wash every one of our feet. Our feet, of all things. Yes, he sat there among us. He plucked every toe jam and flushed every fungus. There he is. He's washing people's feet. See, on that side right there. Would you want somebody washing your feet? Not my feet, Lord. No, they're not for you to clean. Is there something wrong with this scene? I'm certain there's something important to do for someone who's someone like you. Well, he looked at that bowl, and I knew in a minute he wanted my 2 big fat feet to be in it. There he is. He wants to wash Peter's feet. All right, then, I blathered. Well, how about this? I'll go get a sponge and a mop and a hose, and we'll scrub and bubble my knees and my toes. Then we'll wish-wash my eyebrows and swish-wash my hips. We'll polish my forehead and lather my lips. Calm down, pull the plug. Peter, put it on ice. Can't you see that I'm trying to do something nice? Just relax, Jesus whispered, and listen up well, 'cause now I'm one with a story to tell. There he is. He's going to tell Peter a story. The story he told us was shocking and frightening. Our eyes were bug bulging, our stomachs twist tightening. He said he'd be battered, bruised, beaten, and killed, but the word of the Lord would at last be fulfilled. Then to top it all off, he said I would deny that I ever did know him. Oh no, Lord, I cried. Before the cock crows, you'll deny me 3 times. How I wished I could get those words out of my mind. As they dragged him away, we were yelling and screaming, this can't be for real, I just have to be dreaming. Oh, they're dragging him away. That would make you very sad, wouldn't it? Hey, you with the beard and the big bony knees, come over here. I'd like to talk to you, please. I know your face, and I know it quite well. You were with him, that Jesus. I know. I can tell. Mind your business. Get out of my sight. I don't know him or you, so just drop it, all right? We know you were there. You could hardly be missed. You're mistaken, I bellowed and boiled and hissed. Yes, I saw him too. There can't be any doubt. An old gravelly, gray, dusty voice gurgled out. I don't know the man. Would you all just be quiet? Please leave me alone. Be still. Come down. Come on now. Let's try it. Uh-oh. He said he wouldn't, but he did, didn't he? He denied that he knew him. Oops. There we go. Yes, I denied him, and they crucified him. I watched as they did it. I stood right beside him. But there's something I think you really should know. It's something he told me a long time ago. Peter, he said, I am love, and you'll find that I'm ever so patient and wonderfully kind. I'm not keeping a list. No, I'm not checking it twice. No, that would be naughty and not at all nice. Oh, I've messed it up now, Lord. I've messed it up then. Yes, I've messed it up over and over again. Dear Lord Jesus, forgive me. Please bring me back home. I'm the worst kind of horrible man ever known. Most of us feel that way sometimes. The past is forgotten, erased. Oh, it's true. He did it for me. He will do it for you. Well, that's a happy ending, isn't it? If you'd like to know more about this book, or your grown-ups would like to know more about this book and how to get one, the information is in the show notes. Thanks for joining me. I hope you'll join me again sometime. Bye-bye.